Shalom, shalom. All praise to Yahweh. By Hashem and Mashiach Yahweh. Giving all honor and praises. Trying to just let other people come in right quick. I know we've been off this air for a while, so some people just don't realize what, we had got, what they do. They suspended us because of something I said about a plague that I was talking about. I'm not going to go that deep into it. Don't even want to get another strike on me on no probation now. But giving all honor and praises to Yahweh by Hashem and Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Welcome to the Burnt Toast Tuesday. Yes, there's some stuff about to get burnt up. All praises, Garland, Texas. Kana. All praises. Glad y'all got in the building. Yeah, about to burn some toast today. We're about to burn us some toast today. I know y'all see the title. All praises, Arbon. Yeah, man, I'm just looking back at this, man, and like I said, this is the camp that we came from, man, and I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the videos or what's been going on, but the brother been talking about all camps now, and all we shouldn't be unifying and shouldn't be coming together and everything against the Bible, man. But when we were there, man, that's not what he taught us. But let me give you a little background about myself. So I'm gonna be like Eminem, tell you something that y'all didn't know. Well, I got in this truth about 2014. In 2014, I started noticing things. I was in the church for 16 years as a deacon, studying to be a deacon. And then things went wrong. I got divorced at that time. Let's see. In 2013, I got separated from my wife. In 2014, got divorced. 2013, my dad died. 2014, well, my stepmom died. The day I was born, my mom died. So enough with the violin. But at that time, I just started seeking. Doing a lot of seeking, started reading the Bible. While reading the Bible, I started noticing a lot of things that I was never told. And I was like, man, this is us. Everything that I was looking at, everything I was reading, kept coming back to us. It started sounding like us. So at this time, this is the time when you can say where the Most High started opening my eyes and started being able to see what's in the Bible. So at that time, after my eyes were open, I wasn't too sure because I felt by myself because I didn't know other people even thought the things that I was thinking about the stuff I was seeing in the Bible. So I went and looked on the video one time, looked up Hebrew Israelites. Whole lot of stuff popped up, and I seen all these were black people, and I was like, oh my goodness. So at that time, after that, so I started watching videos, and I started watching General Shar out there in New York City. And he was saying the same things that I was already believing and studying. So then I couldn't stop watching videos and doing all of those things. So I didn't know where to place. I didn't have a place, a home to go to. I didn't know where to go. So at that time, I wound up... I seen a friend. I had friends. I knew for a fact that I knew I had to get friends. So went and grabbed me some glue, cut my curtains on my. I didn't know where to get friends, but I know it was some of my curtains. Cut them curtains up. Got me some friends. Put some glue. Put me a board of blue, and I started wearing that shirt. The dude at my job said, realized that I had on friends, and he had said that, oh man, you're Israelite. So I was like, yes, I'm an Israelite. And he was talking about he had been in the truth for a while. So I was like, man, where do you go to, what do you study at? What school or what church you going to? So he said GOCC. So I was like, man, I'm going. No, I take that back. The first time I saw another dude, he seen the Friends, and he had said that he was in it because of my speech. I had went back to my neighborhood and I was talking with my speech. He said he'd been in trouble. He never wore fringes. I never knew the guy was an Israelite. But he told me His school was at IGOC, which was over in South Dallas on Martin Luther King. So that Sabbath, I went there. Boom. Go in there. Everybody turn their head. I'm walking there with friends on. Everybody turn their head. Boom. And I knew something was different. Something was wrong. And then not only that, the guy that was teaching was the guy I just saw on the video having a debate with the Chicago Israelites about the name of the between Yahweh and Jesus. So I went up there and I waited. I was there a whole good 30 minutes, maybe 40. After the class, I went and asked him about fringes. He was like, well, it's written on our heart. And I had already saw videos about people saying that same thing. So immediately, that was it. My days at IGOC, that was it. I was done. 45 minutes, I was there. So then I come to meet the guy that was at my job who said something about he had a school. So I wound up going to GOCC. GOCC, I went there. Nice place. They had it set up nice. And besides, I had watched some of them on the video and everything. And with Rakar, I saw his debate. I saw all that stuff. So I went there. And like I said, it was nice and everything. They had a nice little setting and everything like that. And then I remember, like I said, I used to wear fringes. They had a picnic one day, and I came with fringes, and I was the only one there with fringes. I'm like, dang. Then I would listen to Karatazar, the one that sang, got the all white with my fringes on. He didn't have on none. Every time I asked, where your fringes at? Because I'm new to the truth. All I'm thinking, dang, I know that they've been telling me we got to wear this. Why don't I have any? So at that time, Melody Tunes, Alban, Adalia, Garland, all praises to you. Welcome to the Burnt Toast Tuesday. We back again. Hopefully I don't get kicked off this time. But I was there for about 4 months, and I noticed when they were doing classes that, when you go in GOCC, I don't know if anybody ever know about it, but they have a lot of Caucasians up in the school, in the congregation. People married to them and all that. And I was like, this is weird. This is not what I have been studying. This is not what I've been learning or nothing like that. So I stayed there for a while. Then I remember we was having lunch and one dude started talking bad about camps on the street. Oh, they'd be the first one that the cops killed and all this stuff. And I got in a little argument. So I burnt out. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, how could y'all talk about your brothers like this, man? They were like, IUIC, they was wanting them dead. And I was like, man, I gotta go. So that was the last day there. And I was there for about maybe 4 or 5 months. And then, so I had no other place to go. I had no clue. So I called IUIC out and I seen one of their videos. I tried to meet up with the guy. It took forever. And I was trying to just meet the guy before I just went and joined because I wanted to know who I was going to be joining with. Didn't have no clue about IUIC at the time. Just I see him on videos. Then I spoke with so then I seen Sakari. I used to watch Alazar. That was when Alazar was young in the truth. Man, he grew. Man, you can see the growth in him. And I saw him from a long time ago. At that time, I remember I was like, boy, this brother cuss all the time. I was like, man, had no clue about the cuss words and all that stuff. But at the same time, when I talked with him, man, we stayed on the phone for a long time. He used to tell me about, but the only thing is, Sakari was just in Seattle at that time, and they was just growing. So he's like, that we don't have nobody down there at the time. I think they maybe have 1 or 2 dudes who hadn't even gone to the streets, and they hadn't had no school or anything like that. So I wasn't able to get in at that time with them. But I did like the brother, man. Alazar, me and him kept a little relationship. We still text and talk to each other to this day. From that time, I knew him before of all the Israelites I ever knew, the first somebody I had conversations with was Alazar, which is what y'all know, probably know him as Guerrilla Hebrew. So we just kept in contact. He was doing this thing. And then like when I was looking at online, seeing if I could find somebody around in Dallas, and I came to OneBody in Yahweh, and it said Dallas. And it had the email down on the bottom. So I emailed them. About 10 minutes later, Yephtah called me back. So me and Yephtah talked for a while, few hours, stayed on the phone, and then I went and looked at some of their videos, and I noticed I'd never really seen Yephtah on the videos. I was thinking, I didn't know Yephtah at the time, so I didn't know who I was actually talking to. I couldn't put a face to the voice who I was talking to, but at the same time, I thought he was another guy that I saw in the video. So that's one thing I had noticed as another little, remember that. So then I wind up, I called them and I was supposed to meet them. They were going downtown. It was on a Friday, Sabbath was about to start, and they were going downtown. So when they were going downtown, as soon as they were going downtown, let me get some brothers up in here. Hey, I'm gonna put this. Let me put this in the chat. And Yaakov, I know I needed you in there. I think if Jeroboam's out there, Jeroboam, I want you to go ahead and go ahead and come on this StreamYard. Go ahead and click the invite on there. But at that time, so I wound up going downtown, and I remember he was like, I got there, it was only a couple of people down there, so I jumped right in, started being a reader. So I was reading from as soon as I got in the truth, whenever I first went downtown, bam, I'm there, and next thing I know, I'm reading. So like I said, this brother, you have to talk hard. He taught hard. I don't know if you've seen them earlier video. He ain't the same person he was at the time. But I mean, so he was better at that time on the cool. But sat right there, and next thing I know, we were there. I wound up meeting Jeroboam later on. So I brought Jeroboam over there with me. That's where I met, where you see brother Captain Benaniah, Captain Jeroboam. I had met them all at OneBody, and we were all there at that time. So at that time, and then like I said, every now and then I still would call and talk to Priest Salazar and talk back and forth, and it was cool. He came down to do a thing, so we talked about that, and I was like, so they had made it, sent it, and I spoke to Yephtah about it, going downtown to do a unity camp. Everything was cool until it got down when he got down here. And then I remember Yephtah telling us that, nah, I don't want nobody going and this and that. He didn't call and tell me this and that and that and this. I was like, he was referring a message to me. That's why he gave it to me, and I gave it to you. And then you said it's okay. So it was all on the Facebook thing, the little image they had made. That they was going to do a unity camp there. So they didn't come. Yephtah and them had talked, the rest of them go. Me, Benaniah, the funny thing is, me, Benaniah, and Jeroboam wound up going down there. But he was commanding us not to teach. So we went down there, but we just kind of were doing it for the support of him. And he taught on the streets and stuff. So that was our little confrontation at the beginning of Sakari at the time, of Alazar and Yephtah. So when y'all hear Alazar telling the stories about the things, yes, he's telling 100% the truth. And then yes, here come Yephtah talking behind his back. But you got to understand, we were young in the truth. We didn't know much. We didn't know much at all, man. We didn't know much. In fact, I do give Yephtah credit because we were built up in OneBody. In OneBody, we were built up. We was taught all the precepts. We were taught constantly over the Bible. We was having the Bible studies. We was having the feast days. We were doing all of these things that taught by us by Yephtah. And he's claiming, talking about the one-way doctrine, but that same one-way doctrine is what he brought us up into. So now if you're against the one-way doctrine, shouldn't you stand up in front of Israel and tell everybody that you're sorry that you talk that way? But you haven't done that. And then, like I said, while we was at OneBody, there was times I wanted to leave a while back, but I was talking about the brothers, man, the brotherhood, the brotherhood, the brotherhood. So we were there with the brotherhood, and I was trying to stay with the brotherhood, but I seen his pride growing up in him, especially when we got our first building. He had that lead, got at the table, he was just looking around like, yeah, my thing. And then I had found out the history. He made it sound like he was in the truth for years. And I remember the brother that he had left out of IUIC with was Shockey, Elder Shockey, that started Strong Tower. And he was trying to give us warning. He was like, "How y'all?" And then so that was going on. And then, like I said, we didn't have any titles at the time. So I remember we had another guy named Mahawa Walk. I think that was his name was. I'm not sure. I forget. But they was arguing one day about being the captains and appointing positions. And the guy was literally, he had came from IUIC too. And he was like, you can't make yourself captain. The people got to call you as being a captain. Like I said, we were young. That was a brother that brought us in. So we was on his side, like, yeah, we on his side. But he was telling the truth, because then later on I found that out, because so he became the captain. We became all in our other positions as soldiers. And I think he moved a knob up first as an officer. But anyway, when we did that thing, when we got in our little positions and everything, like I said, he used to sit up there, and we spent a lot of time with him. Man, we used to be at the grocery stores with him, going shopping out, doing a lot of things together. Because that's, like I said, when I got in this truth, nothing else mattered to me. The world was gone to me. I was in this truth. I was doing nothing but this truth. That's all that mattered, just like it is today. There's nothing but this. This is what anything else outside of this was not my family. My family was the people that were in the truth. And that's how it was at the time. We was always spending a lot of time with each other. We was always doing stuff, staying there after class. We'd be there for 2 or 3 hours. Had to tell each other, go home. But at that time, we were doing those things, man. And like I said, it was just after a while, you start seeing some stuff in brothers. And Yephtah used to always be about Yephtah. And I'm saying that now. He would been like that. All about him. Because even when we was telling him I would go back, Alazar would give us the information about the summits going on. And Yephtah had something to say about those. Nah, I ain't going to those summits, this and that. Where they going to sit me? Like, who are you? Who are you? These brothers been in the truth 10, 20, 30, some of them 25 years, and you worried about where they going to sit you? Then I found out you only been in the truth a year before I was. Little over a year and a half before I was in the truth. So I'm like, man. So you notice those things like that, man. And then he was strict. He was strict on everything. And I like the strictness because it taught me a lot. Taught me a lot of things. Like I said, he was wrong about a lot of things, but he had some good qualities. I'm not going to take that from the brother. Like on time meant on time to him. And that's what he means. And that's one thing that was good for us. Especially people, as black folks being on CP, we always on color people time anyway. So we were taught about that. So like I said, I take a lot of the stuff that he did and I took it and I learned it, especially when it came to the truth, because the brother knew a whole lot of precepts that we didn't know. And I could tell something different, because when we started learning the precepts, all of a sudden he didn't want to go to the Bible no more. Because now we know how to go in the Bible. When we start learning, that became a problem. That became a problem because he couldn't deal with us no more with the Bible. So now it's about whatever he's saying. That I wasn't having. So me, Jeroboam, I remember we used to talk about it. Jeroboam then was hanging on. Benaniah was hanging on. Then he had a problem with Benaniah. Then he had a problem with Jeroboam. He always had a problem with me, period. That was just it. And I think what he tried to do to me was make me quit. How to make me quit, period. And so at that time, when it came down to it, it's funny because I wanted to leave so long ago, And then the two brothers who was telling me to stay around for the because we the brotherhood, they wind up leaving before I did. So Jeroboam had quit that one day. He called me up. We wound up setting up that we was gonna have class at his apartment. Ben and I went to class that Wednesday. Me and Jeroboam had stopped going that Tuesday, and then that Sabbath we was having class and started that access. What you see now. That is the history of how we got there. But like I said, the One West doctrine was taught to us by Yephtah. The One West doctrine was very understood through the scriptures by Yephtah. So for him to come and go against this One West doctrine, meaning he's going against everything he taught us in the scriptures and showed us in the scriptures about it. So the fact of the matter is, you already proved to us, brother, what the truth was. Now you done turn and changed on it and turned your back on the truth. Why? Because you not where you want to be. When OneBody was up here, you was liking it. Now that ain't nobody listening to you, and everything have to be done according to Yephtah. That was one thing he had. It had to be done according to him. If he ain't involved, I'm gonna tell you one story before I get started on this class. One story, and this hit me all the time. I never stopped thinking about this. It was the first time we went to the park. We had, I think it was Pentecost. No, the Passover is what it was. We was having the Passover. Now, before the Passover, Yephtah was asking people to pick out a park. And people was picking out places. Nah, we ain't going there. Nah, we ain't going there. So then he picks out a place. Oh, Jeroboam says the Passover. Jeroboam, let me invite you in right quick for you while you're doing that. Let me I'm gonna send this invite. Go ahead and hit that. Hold on a second. Go ahead and hit that, Jeroboam. Let me bring you in on here. Because this you can be my confirmation about this story. Yeah, I don't know what part that you're talking about, I-Bomb, but we're going to get into some of this Kings too. We definitely going to get into some of that. I got some of that in the lesson today once I get started. Let me just get past this right quick. But, Yaakov, go ahead and push that StreamYard and go ahead and so I can bring y'all in too. So anyway, there we go. Jeroboam's right there. I'm going to add him to the stage. It's Captain Jeroboam, man. That's the best buddy that man. Him got in the truth a while back, man. I was just telling you a story about it. Jeroboam, your mic on?
Yeah, my mic on.
Oh, yeah, there he is right there.
Yeah,
that was the Passover, right?
Yeah, that was Passover.
That was the Passover. So, and I'm glad he's on because I don't want everybody to be thinking I'm just making stuff up. No. And like I said, me and him had a strange conversation when I met him. So, hey, we got some good stories, man, out of that. But right now, like I said, this was the Passover, and we was having our first little Passover outside. Everybody was happy, and like he was telling us to find places. So we was talking about this part. What did he say? Nah. Talk about that part? Nah.
Yeah.
So he, Yephtah, give us the address to a park and says, we're going to do it here. Everybody like, okay, fine. So here we go. It's at White Rock Lake over in North Dallas. So it's a nice little spot. Nice little spot too. So we get to the park and we looking around trying to find the place. Nobody, it's hard to find. Then we wind up, we find a spot. He winds up, we see a knob. A knob already got a grill out there. He cooking and stuff. So now, So we pull up like gotta be right. So we go all right there. This is right, nice, pretty area too. Right by the lake, man. Nice pavilion over the top of us and everything, man. Everything. Then next thing you know, everybody pulling up. Bam, 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 left and right. All the other a beer, a knob, all the soldiers pulling up. Boom. All of us hitting the same spot. The only person ain't there. The women and everything. We got food laid out. We get the table set up. Everything going good. And now, only person that ain't there was Yephtah. He's the only one not there. Am I right?
Yeah. I'm gonna stop you. I'll stop you when you're wrong.
Okay, all praise. Now, the only person ain't there is Yephtah. We having a good time, man. We drinking. People got stuff on the grill. We up there laughing, having fun, talking, doing everything. It was nice. Like, we didn't even realize Yephtah wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? Then, get a phone call. The beer was sitting by us. He get a phone call. It's Yephtah. He mad because he can't find the spot that he chose.
Yeah.
He chose this spot. He mad. This what he started doing. I'm going to show you. He talking about he know us? No, we know you.
That's correct. We do know him.
The only thing you can say is you can't say nothing bad about nobody over here, but we got stuff we can say about it. I'm not going to even get it all out today, but this one I got to do. And then, so then he Yephtah's mad. Man, he turned around. Man, forget it. Tell everybody we ain't going to have no Passover. We ain't doing it. And everybody, he said, the beer get off the phone. He said, now he had it on speakerphone at the time. And he says, we all hearing him. The beer said, all right, hung the phone up. And everybody at the same time, like, shit, we finna have a Passover. We having fun. If Yephtah want to go home, let him go. So it was all fun and game. Man, we had a great time, boy. Everything went back. Everybody, I thought Yephtah was going home because that's what he just did. We wasn't going home. We already at Passover. We set stage. We cooking and everything. We got music. We got beer and everything running around here. And shoot, and we finna kick it. So we up there kicking it for 11 minutes. About 30 minutes later, here come Yephtah. He finally found it. And what's so bad about it? He should have just asked where it was when
Man, look. He put the address out there. We like you said, we went. Everybody suggesting all of this stuff. He put the address out there.
Yes.
So we went to the address he wanted us to go to. He couldn't find it. So he got in his feelings about it.
And he got in his feelings. I mean, when I tell you he got in his feelings, he got in his feelings. And boy, like I said, now it's 30 minutes gone by, little over 30 probably. He pulls up. He come down there mad. Got that old look on his face, man. Just mad. That's mad in the mud. Then he on it. Not only that, we all on this side. He goes over to his side in the corner by himself, calling people one at a time, individuals and stuff like. Boy, I said, man, that was another red flag we seen, man. So you like this dude tripping. But we went on. We had a great time, man. We had a nice time. I don't give a dang how mad that Negro was. We had a good time. When none of us bitter. It was the Passover, our first Passover. We doing it. You can't tell us nothing. That was a shoot. Did you have fun?
Man, we had that was the start of one of the best Passover we had.
Exactly.
That really was, man. You know, like you say, shit, man. You know, the show must go on. Man, like why? Like the scripture tells us, why earth and ashes is proud. You know. So I mean, one thing about it, I think, you know what, and just like what you were touching on, man. It wasn't when we was over there. It really wasn't. If you have to tell us to go up there and hey, man, I want y'all to build a ladder and I want y'all to touch the moon, we'd have tried to do that shit, you know.
Anything.
We would have. But the thing is, it went from us being as brothers then to it changed. And when it
Yeah.
changed to the dictatorship, like you said, the kind of flags kind of started coming in. I know Yephtah always the type of person he gonna play what you call it, uh dang, what you call it, to try to keep people around. What you call it?
Uh,
Angel's advocate, a devil's advocate, whatever you try to.
yeah, devil's advocate.
So basically what he'll try to do to his congregation, he'll put out all these stories about us. But all the stories that he put out about us, if he set us in front of the people and we talk about the stories of what he said, just like you remember, I'm finna put this out there too. Remember the brother Makawa?
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Marco Wow.
he had it. He had us believing that this dude shaved his head bald, shaved his
Mm-hmm.
face bald. You remember that, Maccabee?
Yeah, I remember that. He came like, see, he ain't listen to me. He done left now. And now he tried to make it like the brother gone off because he ain't listen to him.
See, but the thing is, what the brother was doing, he was mourning. And so he had the brother, I think, had lost a child or did something, didn't he? Did he like lost a child or something?
Yeah, his daughter died.
So yeah, so his daughter died, and he shaved his head, and he did the vow of Nazarite, and so that's what the brother was doing, and so he made it as if like he made it as if this brother was out the truth.
Yeah,
It was really kind of deception, but we didn't learn about that until after we left or something. It was
yeah, it was later on we found out what he had did, why he did what he did.
Yeah.
And
So, and yeah, and the thing is, just as it's Yephtah right now. It's shit like we ain't mad at the brother right now. I mean, it ain't no hard feelings. But the little comment you make telling us that you know us, but guess what, buddy?
we know
If
you.
if we put the receipts on the table, all the stuff that he said about us, we would like for him to prove that, but we can prove the stuff about him
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
But
Exactly right.
the thing is, like you say, everything that the brother taught us, guess what? He going backwards. You think a Nav, a Beer, Benaniah, Abijah, Maccabees, me, uh, who else? Nehemiah.
Mm-hmm.
Am I forgetting anybody?
Moses there was there. Oh, you
No,
talking about
not Moses. I'm just talking about the core brothers that was out there.
yeah.
It's the core brothers, okay? Because Nehemiah was the last edition out of all of us
Mm-hmm.
to come to the OneBody out of the.
Yeah,
So
cool.
all his core brothers left, and you got nothing but young men. You know, but that's basically what he wanted anyway. He rather
Uh-huh.
have the young men that he can talk to, and
Hey,
whatever he say, this is what goes, versus somebody that's going, hey man, I don't agree with that. You know,
mm-hmm.
prove it through the scriptures instead of somebody just like you say. We went from us going back and forth and you was proving things through the scriptures. Now
Breaking
here
up
you go. Now here you go. You went from proving everything through the scriptures. Now here you go. You want to talk, right? And from that point, it kind of it started changing. And I knew before before we left, I knew Maccabee was ready to go when we was used to pull up in front of the building. Boy, this Maccabee set up in the
Oh
car, and I'd be like, "Come on, Mac, let's go up in there." He's like, "Man, damn." He wasn't feeling it no more.
yeah, man. I could feel that spirit that left. I was like, man, this is not the way it's supposed to be. It wasn't
Mm.
like this at first.
Yeah,
And I told you about it. I was like, man, I just don't feel it no more, man. And
yeah,
it's a sad thing, man, but it's a true thing.
yeah,
And like I said, the spirit literally changed in there. And I'm glad on the cool. I'm glad the Most High took us through that because that way we could see every angle of Israel.
yeah,
Not just all the good parts, because when you get in this truth, like he said, it's bitter and it's sweet.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
You gotta get everything sweet, but just when the more you know, the more knowledge you increase your knowledge, the more sorrow you're gonna go. Because now you start learning about the other people and looking at your people on the streets, and it's sorrowful now. You start feeling, oh man, dang, our people won't listen, our people won't hear. And the same thing that the Most High was like, yeah, y'all gonna have some people around you that, and we're gonna bring out the scriptures in a minute on that, and we'll see how some of our people been like this, but. I'm glad the Most High took us through it so we can recognize and see some of the things that we see now. So,
yeah. And like I say, I just kind of wanted to jump on here for a minute, man. I got to try to do something right quick, man. But like I said, I just wanted to say, man, I second that motion with Maccabees is saying, man. Uh, it just, like you say, man, you have to win from one of the strongest teachers I ever seen in Israel, man, to now God love everybody.
yeah.
He say that this is a Christian church, and then he say that you want to teach unity, but how can you teach unity in every class you go against the Israelites and one West doctrine? How could you know you're an Israelite without a one West doctrine? It makes no sense.
None.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have known about this truth without one West doctrine. And that
Yeah.
was the thing I think he was trying to do, though. I think what it was, he was trying to move up. And I'm going to tell you like this. And for what I've known, Yephtah was trying his best to be like Brother Nathaniel, Bishop Nathaniel. Like I said, he when he became that, like I said, there was an argument about him becoming a captain. Say that name again. How do you say his name?
Mahawa. Makawa.
Makawa.
Yeah.
They was in an argument about this thing, man. And he was like, you can't call yourself that, dude. The people got to call you that. So we didn't know. We had no clue. We were all young in the truth. And the brother was saying that, so the Yephtah made himself captain. Yephtah left. Makawa left. So now we was one body with Yephtah as a captain. And then one day he came to us, me and Jeroboam. It was me and Jeroboam. It was way after about like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We had been at the school. He wasn't at the school that day. We was having Cap 101. He came after, and we were talking and stuff. And he said, man, they say I'm like Deacon. What's his name? The one at IUIC, the deacon.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Abiel. Deacon Abiel.
Not Abiel, the skinny one.
Deacon Athon.
Athon. That's one. That's who he said. He was like Deacon Athon. He said, man, they say I'm like Deacon Athon. And he said, I should be a deacon. I'm just like Deacon Athon. So he said, he said, I should be a deacon because I'm like him. So me and Jeroboam sitting there. Well, like I said, we young in the truth. We don't know much. I said, well, make yourself a deacon. And he goes, I can't make myself a deacon. Look, y'all got to make me a deacon. So, and I was just, because I'm going by what I heard in the argument. You made yourself captain, make yourself a deacon. So we was laughing about then he told us that. So I said, well, should I bring it to the brothers of mine? We'll just see, talk about it and vote you in. I don't know. You made us, I think he had made us officers at the time. I was like, you done moved us up. I don't see why you can't be moved up. So we went back, we talked to the brothers. Next thing you know, he became deacon. That's how he became deacon. Because he manipulated us with that little thing. And like I said, I was trying to figure out, because he just argued with this dude and said he can make himself captain. So at that time, I figured you can make yourself deacon, bishop, or whatever. So then found out. Then he turned around and said, I can't make myself deacon, but you made yourself captain, which is what the brother was talking about.
Yeah, because I think I remember the conversation, when we was on the phone about it. And but what he was trying to tell Makawa, I think what Yephtah was trying to tell Makawa, he said, man, we starting to get brothers in and we got to have some order. And that's what Yephtah was kind of touching on, I think. And so Makawa said, well, you can't do that. We should just do a vote. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then Yephtah like, man, we
Which
ain't
is
finna do.
order.
Yeah, which is order. He say so. And Yephtah said, we ain't finna do no damn vote. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, it kind of went like that. And so I think, shit, man, they was on the phone arguing maybe about 20, 30 minutes about that, man. So
Yeah.
heck
And
yeah.
and another one thing before you go, we had talked about, and one thing Jeroboam had told me, a while back, he said, man, Yephtah is about to mess around and Most High gonna take one body from Yephtah, right? And I was like, nah, I don't see that. He's like, no. He said, think about it. He said, when they had the OneBody, remember I told y'all about when I first got with OneBody and I used to watch the videos, it was some other guys that was in there. And there wasn't no Yephtah running things with that other group. So he said then Jeroboam was like, yeah, see, he took the OneBody from him the first time. So I thought about that and he was like, yeah, he did. He had the OneBody in there. None of them guys was there when we got there. Whole new crew.
Yeah.
So at that time, he said that. Then, like I said, at that time we was at OneBody was growing. It was growing fast. It was coming up fast. The videos, the likes, the subscribers was moving fast. And like I said, and he was talking about he gonna take that from it. And like I said, all the stuff started going downhill to the point where they were, if you looked in the dollars as subscribers, they were the biggest in the Dallas area as subscribers amongst the camps. And he definitely kept note. He took scope, definitely took scope because he stayed at the scope all the time. So then wound up, the Most High did take that OneBody spot from him again, and Jeroboam was right a long time ago when he was telling me this. I didn't even believe it at the time, and then it happened. It happened before, then it happened again. And man, and that's where we sit, man, before I get into this class, man. And like I said, you got any more, man?
Man, because I'm pretty sure, you know, if we know Yephtah good enough, he'll probably do some kind of response or rebuttal.
Yeah, I'm sure
If we
somebody.
do, if he do, we already know what to do too. So I
Yeah,
mean, look at we ain't even scratched the surface, but we can though.
they
Yeah.
ain't scratched the surface. I was just giving you a little few background on this thing that, like he was talking about, he knows us. No, brother, we were knowing you. We were loving. We were doing the brotherly thing. You wasn't doing the brotherly thing. You were doing what we gonna come out in these scriptures on. That's what you were doing, and we're gonna let the Bible talk about the rest of it. And hey man, like I just wanted to get that off my chest. Like I told y'all, I was gonna have to come back and respond, man. I don't ever do like response videos. You don't never see me responding to nobody bull crap. I don't care what they talk about, but this right here, it's got to stop, man. It's got to stop in Israel, and it's damn sure got to stop with Yephtah in his mouth, man. Running down every camp. After he learned from them, and now he going against everything they say. Man, that's a hypocrite to your name, man. That's a hypocrite, man. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. Uh, Donovan. Hold up a one. Put some one in there, Donovan, if you're out there. Put
Shalom,
some
Mark.
Shalom, King. I love you, my man. I'll get back at you, man. Let me finish
I
this class up.
I love you too, man. Shalom.
Shalom. Brother Donovan or Yaakov. Brother Yaakov, I need you to put a one in the chat if you're out there listening, man. I need one of y'all to come on here so we can go on and get in this class. Go ahead and push the button to come on in. Come on in. It's in the chat. It's in the chat. Go ahead and hit that Yaakov or Donovan. One of y'all come on. Otherwise, it don't matter to me. Don't worry about it. If you don't want to come on, that's cool with me. I'll read this all this myself. But on that note, man, I just want to give y'all that background. Now we're going to go on this class. This class is still about rebuking because, hey, man, like I said, you heard this says open rebuke. This is just the open rebuke. And I'm responding to what he had already said about us. Not only that, he keep putting it on about us. So not us and everybody else that's in Israel, other than never giving us self-correction. That's what he liked, a lot of yes men. And that's one reason he wanted to get rid of us, because we were never yes man. That's what he got surrounding him right now. Nothing but yes men, yes men. And then he was overtaken and changed. And I'm going to tell about it. Yochanan come in and try to jump his way, leapfrog his way up in there. Okay, Brother Donovan, hit the stream, man, so I can bring you in right quick. I want you to read for me. I don't know how long to tell you, but I'm going to go ahead and hit it, man, so I'm going to send you another one, man. If you don't mind, hit it for me. Brother Donovan. So, but anyway, the first scripture I'm going to get into, man, is Philippians chapter 1 and verse 15. And it reads like this. Some indeed preach Christ. Let me make sure y'all get there. I want everybody to get the Bibles out too. Don't just be watching videos, man. Y'all need to go along. I could be lying to y'all all day long. Y'all could be lying all day long. And y'all need to make sure that y'all, boy. Okay, if y'all busy, don't worry about it. I can read. I know how to read. I went to Grand Prairie High. They teach us how to read. Well, they taught me how to read. But if y'all make sure y'all get the reading in the Bible, man, that way, even if you, I don't care who video you watch it, man, make sure they're telling you the truth, man. So don't just be taking their word for it. I could be lying to y'all all day telling you what the Bible, I could be reading out a book I made up. But don't worry about it. Let's go here. The book of Philippians, chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 15. Some indeed preach Christ, even of strife, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. Some people preach Christ of envy and strife. Because at one time, it was of a goodwill that we was bringing our people back into the truth, bringing our people to the knowledge of who we were, bringing our people to the knowledge of who our enemies were. Lamar Ben, what you mean you don't know if you had the right one? I don't know what you mean by that. But bringing our people back to the knowledge of the truth, and then now some of them preach for envy, using scriptures to go against their brothers, man. Using scriptures to take out each other down. So you got to be careful sometimes of the people who claim that I've been in the truth 20 years, or claim that they know this and know that, because they're using scriptures and manipulating the scriptures to bring you down. Verse 16, the one preached Christ of contention, not sincerely, supposed to add affliction to my bond. A lot of times, like we hear from over there now, he preached Christ to afflict us even more. By now, all of a sudden, when you was the main one, told me about who my enemy was, and they can't come in. In fact, your main words to them were drop dead. Now all of a sudden, okay, the King James version is what I'm using, and I'm in the King JV. Philippians, that's in the New Testament. Right after Ephesians, Lamar. But it says, but like I said, now he's bringing my enemy back over here and saying that I'm supposed to be all lovey-dovey with. It don't make no sense to me. None of this stuff make no sense. Now, if you like I said, if he preached wrong the first time, why do you come out and make a video apologizing to everybody, talking about, hey, what I was preaching earlier was wrong? For the last 5 years, I preached the wrong thing. Now I got something new, which ain't nothing new. It's the same thing the goddamn Christian church is saying. What you're saying is you don't walk back to church. Next thing you know, you're going to be having class on Sunday. It said, but the other of love. Let me read that again, verse 16. The one preached Christ of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bond, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. We set for the defense of this gospel. We set for what we was taught out of the One West doctrine. We set to defend what we got to preach. You can't defend what you got to preach. Not in this Bible. You can pull up all those things that you've always pulled up with. Do we ask you where it get from? You don't even tell us where it come from. No references. When you pull up a references, what references? That's just Google. You can pick whatever you want on Google. One Google might say this, another one might say that. Totally opposite. But if it don't line up with this Bible, I don't care less what you pull or what you Google. If you got the old King James version, that's good too. You just got to watch your words. They just got to use the U is a V and the V is a U. But it's the same thing. The 1611 is a King James version. He said the old King James version. That would be the 1611 King James version. And that one that'll be cool because on that, on that King James version, that should have the Apocrypha in it if you got the 1611. But it's reading the same. It's just you got to look at the words. Some of the words look funny to you if you got the old verse. That's why when I first got in the truth, that's why I had that same book you had, and I used to love it. I had wound up learning the way it reads. So you got to be able to do the same thing. Otherwise, you got to get you another one. So he says, "Does Jeremiah?" Let me read. Let me read Philippians 1:17, and then I go to Jeremiah 15:14. Okay. But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. He wanted to go to Jeremiah 15:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrow, for she had sinned against the Lord. Now, that's not a precept for that. That's not a precept for that. I mean, you can use it when you're teaching, but that's not a precept for that. But like I said, we are already ready to defend the gospel, that One West doctrine that we were taught, the One West doctrine that each camp is going out on each corner and bringing this truth in. We ready to defend it. We can defend our doctrine the same way you was defending this doctrine. Them same scriptures apply. And they ain't going to change because you change your mind on things. It's not going to change. And we ain't going to change neither because we know the truth. Bible said the truth set us free. We became free when we learned this truth. Now you want to take me back into bondage because you changed your mind? I think not. And it ain't going to happen. Yeah, Ezra, you can if you like, man. One of y'all come on in here. Let me I'm gonna put this back in here again. So go ahead and come on here. Hit that. Go ahead, Ezra, and hit that. Hit that button, Ezra, so I can bring you on in, Ezra. Brother Ezra, go ahead and hit that button. I just gave it to you. But anyway, y'all taking your time, I ain't gonna hold up for you. What then, verse 18, what then, notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Christ is preached, and therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice. We're going to move on and teach this truth the way we was taught about it, and we're going to continue in this doctrine because this doctrine is true, and it's been found and been proven that it's been true. So, hey, we're going to do it. Not only are we going to do it, we ain't going to look back and be sad because you didn't change your mind. We're going to go here and do this with joyfulness and gladness. All praise Black Gold. Glad you're in the building. Ezra, I told you to push the link, man. Hit the link, Brother Ezra. You hit the link and then come on there, I can put you in. But we're going to continue to teach this truth. In verse 19, for I know that this shall turn to my salvation through your prayer and supply of the spirit of Yahushua, according to my earnest expectation and my hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed. See, we're not ashamed about this truth. We're not ashamed about the doctrine that we have been learning because we know it's the truth. So why should we be ashamed about it? Why should I turn my back on the truth that set me free? Why would I do that? All praises, brother.
Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me?
Shalom, King. All right. Yeah, you can go to Philippians chapter 1, and I'm on 20. That's Sosa Edra, y'all. That's my brother right there.
Shalom, shalom. That's right. You said Philippians?
Yeah, Philippians chapter 1, and I'm at verse 20.
Let me put these headphones.
Huh?
Trying to put these headphones in and I can barely hear. I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. You finished, man? We gotta wait till you take a bath or something.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go ahead. I'm just tripping with you. Go ahead. Verse 20.
The book of Philippians, chapter 1 and verse 20. According to my earnest expectation and my hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always.
As always, the way we've been doing it in boldness, I'm not ashamed for being in this truth and knowing this gospel the way it's been taught to you. So guess what? I'm going to still get out there, as always, in boldness and still preach this truth. On every street corner and every time that we get a chance that we can get out there and teach our people that one West doctrine that you hate, guess what? We're going to do it. Go ahead.
So now also Christ shall be magnified in my body.
The same way he was magnified in our bodies when we preached the first time, he will be magnified in our body as we continue to preach. What he won't be is magnifying it in your body because you didn't change your doctrine when you believe that he was magnifying himself in you when you was teaching the one with his doctrine. So you don't know what God, you tossing God back and forth. Go ahead.
Whether it be by life or by death.
Whether it be by life, he gonna magnify me for teaching this truth, or if I gotta die in this truth for teaching this truth. Guess what? The Most High gonna get the glory one way or the other. So I'm gonna keep doing it, whether I gotta live when I'm doing this thing, or if I gotta die in this truth doing this thing. We gonna keep teaching this thing. We're going to keep teaching this truth, and that's that one-way doctrine that you can't stand. Yeah, it has some things that we got better at. It has some things that we progressed in, but it never took us backwards. We progressing, not degressing. Let's go to Sirach chapter 42. And start at 8.
The book of Sirach, chapter 42 and verse 8. Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish.
But we not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish. Go ahead.
Shalak. And the extreme age that contended with those that are young.
And the extreme age that always going against the younger brothers. Just because you old don't make you old in this truth. You just old. And we not age. They said be not ashamed to inform the wise and the foolish people. We not ashamed to confront you about it. I ain't have a problem with you. You don't got one now. But I gotta do this because you just tripping. You gone. Your mind throw the hell off. Go ahead.
Thus shall thou be truly learned and approved of all men living.
And approved of all men living. The fact of the matter is, you was approved, now you're not approved. Since you can't get in that position, everybody ain't doing it your way and how you want it done, you mad. You mad. You mad at the house right now. I know somebody from OneBody that told, ooh, he talking about you. You dang all right. You the one talking. So God done right. I gotta stand up for myself just like we tell everybody. I'm gonna defend this gospel. Defend this truth. And I ain't ashamed. I'm not mad about it. Let's go to Titus chapter 1. And we're gonna start at verse 9.
The book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught.
That's what we doing. And guess who taught it to us? You did. And we holding it fast because we found out it was true. It was true because we felt that we've been set free. We felt chains coming off us when we heard this truth, and we was taught this truth by you. Now you want me to put the chains back on? You want me to go walk back in the cell? Gotta be out your mind. Go ahead.
That he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers.
And that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to go and give you back this word. I'm trying to bring you back to this one with doctrine because you a gainsayer now. And it ain't gonna be me that's doing it. I hope that, man, I love you enough to even tell you this. Read.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Say it again.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
And go ahead, read.
It says, especially they of the circumcised.
Of the circumcision. Especially
Circumcision, Shalaki.
Yeah, they of Israel. They of Israel. Especially there. Read that from the top.
Verse 10 from the top. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
It says, especially they are unruly, vain talkers, just talking about nothing, just lying, blasphemy. Just crazy. Read.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
What? Read that again.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Somebody need to tell your butt the truth so your mouth can shut up. But I know your pride in you, and I know how you are. You ain't gonna shut up. You just gonna keep gainsaying. Then I was just hearing some of that part of the video you did last week. Thinking that they teaching the truth. What was you doing? Just like that was like Fred used to tell his kid, you big dumb dummy. Well, I can't say big because ain't nothing big on you. You little dummy. Go ahead.
Who subvert whole houses.
Who do what?
Who subvert whole houses.
Uh-huh.
Teaching things which they ought not.
Uh-huh.
For 50 lucre's sake.
And that's what you're doing. You're teaching things that you shouldn't be saying for 50 lucre's sake. Yeah, I said it. That's why you want them, that's why you want the other nation to come in your building. You ain't making enough money. They ain't giving enough harm. So now here you are. You got to go back and be like these preachers. I got to go get it now. Shit, I want to buy the building. I heard you bought the building. Because you remember the land before we left when they had everybody invested in the land that you bought. I'm glad we just left. I'm glad my money ain't tied up in you. Because I wouldn't have to come yank it out your pocket. And ain't nothing you was going to do about it neither. See, they let their money get tied up and ain't said nothing. Nah, partner, I would have took my money. Or you'd have been walking around Dallas. I'm taking something. I'd have took them little ragged cars you be buying. I'd have took all that. Go ahead.
Verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Christians are always liars.
That's what you
evil.
are, man.
Shalak.
You just, hold on. Slow it
Shalak.
down. Christians are always lying. You just like one of these Christians. You just be lying on people, man. You lie all the time, and you was lying when we was in that congregation. Everybody was supposed to be gay. Rock is a woman. Man, how Rock is a woman? All the men are women, and all the women are men. Negro, you act like we stupid as hell. Like I ain't never seen a woman before. I'm just supposed to believe your word. And the Rock 12 of you, how he a woman? So you don't even know how to look at things. You read something, boy, and take it all off the wall. Read.
The Christians are always liars. Evil beasts.
And that's what you turned out to be, an evil beast, man. Go.
Slow bellies. This witness is true.
And I'm a witness to it, and this witness is true. Go ahead.
Wherefore, rebuke them sharply.
And I'm gonna definitely rebuke you sharply. See, I can go right through these scriptures just like you thought you was trying to do. I noticed you don't even know how to put the scriptures together no more. You used to be cold at that. And I'm rebuking you, telling you you're doing everything wrong. I can see you all out of line. Your line crooked as a man is crooked as a snake. Read.
That they may be sound in the faith.
That they may be what?
That they may be sound in the faith.
And I'm rebuking you so you can go get that sound doctrine again. I don't know what you got now. You got that loud doctrine, just like the marijuana they smoking now. You smoking loud. The scriptures you teaching is loud. It's that loud. That's what it all is, man. Read.
Not giving heed to Jewish fables. And commandments of men.
That's what we're trying to get you out of. With all that doctrine, all them Greeks right there, Alexander the Great, all them was black. Negro, you throw it off. History don't even line up with nothing you talking about, man. Read.
That turn from the truth.
That do what?
That turn from the truth.
That's what you did. You turned from the truth, man. You turned and went backwards. Talking about unity counts. We should, how you gonna have unity if you talking about we can't have unity count? Because you wasn't invited, something wrong with them. Well, you can be mad again because we're supposed to have another unit of camp with Sakari Dallas this weekend, this Saturday. So be mad. Knock yourself out. Have fun at it. Because most are not going to get you for all this stuff. Trying to unity. You don't want to go to the summit because you don't know if they got a seat, a special seat for you. Crazy, man. Then you try to go in there. Man, ain't nobody, that wolf ticket you was selling Toronto. Yeah, man, so you know that didn't scare me when I was over there. So because you done got on a video now you going, man. Tell Yochanan believe that bug crap. I knew you cried wolf when you was over there. Then bro, you had me as your bodyguard. You couldn't go nowhere without me. Breathe, man.
Unto the pure, all things are pure.
Unto the pure, all things are pure. See, these scriptures read nice and easy the way they used to when you used to read them, when they did make sense out of the One West doctrine. Now, how you done roughed them up, I don't know. You're not pure no more. So it's not pure to you no more. Read.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
And them that are defiled and your unbelieving about that you had already learned, it's impure. You defiled, man. And now you're going to defile the scriptures? Just be defiled. Leave the Bible out of it. If you want to pick up the Bible to repent. Read.
But even their mind and conscience is defiled.
And I'm thinking, man, I'm hoping this thing will bring you back. But according to this Bible, even their mind and their conscience is defiled. And I've seen you not have no conscience. I've seen you hate on your brother 24/7. I've seen you talk about the first person to leave out. I remember the brother who brought you all the books that time that you done stole and never gave back to him. And I'm going to tell y'all that story because the brother that came over there, he had a whole lot of books. Brother had books on Israel, great books, man. Yephtah had seen that brother with them books. The brother came out. He was having showing us all the books. He passed me one of the books. Say, you can go ahead and keep that one. I said, that's cool. I want to read it. It had the coins. It's about the Israelite coins with the faces of the black kings and stuff on them. And he had let me get the book. I said, I'll give it back to him after I go through it. Yephtah come right out of there. What you doing with all them books? Oh, man, let me get them books. Let me get them books right now, man. And the brother had gave the books over to him and stuff. He said, man, let me go through these books, man. I can't have y'all knowing more than me. Another red flag. But I looked over at the side of him like, boy, I can't believe this Negro just said that. He stole one of my books. He would not give it back to this day. I've asked about it. When I left, I asked him for it all. He would not give it back. Still won't give it back. Read that again.
Verse 15 from the top. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and conscience is defiled.
Read.
They profess that they know God, but in works they deny him.
And your works you deny God because you is murdering your brothers when you going out and you speaking on them, hating on them, man. You don't know no God. Every class you did lately is all mad. I'm talking about you and I ain't mad. But you mad. You mad. I don't know what for. You're hating on your brothers every week. That's all you do. Then I can hear your sister in the background, the one you won't put her in her place. And I ain't gonna go off on that because I can really go off. Like I said, I can really bring it out about you and your family. But I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna leave it between me and you. Read. Is that it on that one? No, it ain't read. Go ahead.
Being abominable and disobedient.
He disobedient to the truth. Go ahead.
And unto every good work, reprobate.
You got a reprobated mind. That's why you're gone backwards. Your mind reprobated. You throw the hell off. We're going to come back with a precept to that, but I want to go into this first. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 1. You ain't nothing new. You ain't nothing new. You ain't nothing exciting. You just one of them old ass, goddamn, wicked ass Israelite. 1 Kings chapter 9.
Oh, okay.
1 and 9. I'm sorry. Chapter 1. Salaki. 1 Kings chapter 11. My bad.
Okay. Sound good. 11 and 9.
Verse 28.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 28. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor.
Jeroboam
and
was a mighty man of valor. And watch this, read.
And Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, Shalaki, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph.
Meaning the children of the house of Israel. You had Judah. This is before the split kingdom. And he had seen this man of value. Because that's what I like. I look at Yephtah. He used to have value. He was a mighty man in the truth. A mighty man in Israel. You had that at one time. And he put him over the house of Joseph. Now let's go to 12, and we're going to start at 14. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 14.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, and verse 14. And spake to them after the counsel of the young man, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
See, when Jeroboam didn't get his way, and Rehoboam had came and like, man, look, I'm gonna put it on y'all harder than my dad did, because that's what he was asking for. And he was trying to get, hey, I want to, hey, take this away from him. But they was a rich nation up north because the King's Road went through the north. The merchants went through the north. All the goods and the trade was coming through the north, where they had more money than the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom was about God's business. The northern kingdom had always at that time been about a lot of money because they dealt with different people because of the trade that was coming out of when they was coming out of Turkey, the further eastern parts, they had to come down the King's Road, which led to the Mediterranean Sea, which is where all the docks and the goods were ported at. So the northern kingdom had a lot more riches than the southern kingdom at that time. So here he is. He mad because he got to pay a harder tribute. He can't get his way. He can't get his way. You won't do it like me. You don't want to do it like I want to do it. You don't want to do what I say do. That's what you doing. Now read.
Verse 15. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord.
For the cause was from the Lord. Go ahead.
That he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
And that was a prophet when they prophesied that he was going to get 10 of the tribes. He decided he finna do this thing now, finna get this now. Just like the kingdom gonna come. You want it now. You want to be the leader now. You try to tell us about that. We didn't believe you at that time. God called you to bring all the tribes together. Like Yahushua ain't got nothing to do with it. So then you took Yahushua down and tried to make Yahushua as equal as us. You got to be out your mind. That was your first mistake. That's why you got a reprobated mind. When you started going against the Son of the Most High, our King, he didn't perform no miracles. You out your mind. And we got plenty of scriptures to prove that. You can't prove nothing that you say. You were just making it up out of your head. He was teaching the command was up. No, he was doing miracles. Read.
Verse 16. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David?
What portion have we? Where is my seat? Where they gonna sit me at the summit? What do we get? Well, you get what the Most High God promises. If you hadn't got your eyes focused on man and had your eyes focused on what the Most High promised, you wouldn't be worried about what he's doing. But nah, woe is me. I'm mad. Let me go stir up some stuff. He pissed me off. Read.
Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse.
Who said you didn't have that inheritance? Rehoboam? Or did the scriptures have told y'all? Didn't your forefathers tell you did? But nah, you listen to the man instead of God. So that got you pissed off because your eyes focused on man and what he done to you instead of what God got for you. Read.
To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house. David. So Israel departed unto their tents.
Read.
But as for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Shalakim, Rehoboam reigned over them.
Rehoboam reigned over the children of Israel that still was in Judah, in Benjamin, in those areas. Go ahead. And Simeon. Go ahead.
Then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died.
That now when he go get the tribute, now you mad. Now you want to stone see you and get your way. So now you want to stone the whole One West doctrine. You want to stone all the camps out there teaching the truth, teaching the same thing you've been teaching, but you fell off and went some other way. So now that's exactly what this man did. That's exactly what Jeroboam did. That's exactly what split the kingdom. And you doing the exact same thing. Read.
Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem.
When they killed him, now Rehoboam like, man, God dang, let's get out of here. Nigga, finna call he tripping. Go ahead.
So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
Until this day. Now Israel rebelled against the house of David until this day. But you, Judah, you might not be. You might have been out of the house of David. I mean, out of Israel, the house of Joseph. But you rebelling against to this day. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And it came to pass when all Israel heard.
Jump to 28.
Verse 28. Whereupon the king took counsel.
Hold on. Let me read verse 20 one more time. Read verse 20 again. You ain't read it, but read it.
Verse 20?
Yes, verse 20.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12 and verse 20. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel.
He said, made him captain, then made him deacon, then made him bishop, then made him elder in a few years. Man, how many rankings you go up in a few years? You ain't spent much time in either one of them. You had to get past Bishop Nathaniel. I'm an elder, such and such now. One up over you. Which was your goal when we was there. You talked about him like a dog 24/7, but at the same time, you was just jealous of the brother. I seen that. Oh, well, he said, you need to teach like him, but then you talk about him like a dog. We seen that. We witnesses to that. Ain't nothing I'm making up. I got brothers that can come on here and validate what we talking about, what I'm talking about. Now go to 28. Now finish that out and then go to 28.
There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only.
This became the northern kingdom, which was Benjamin, and the Levites going to eventually go, all the Levites that come out of that land, even watch what he does. And then you had some of Simeon, which is Simeon was at the bottom, but all of them was of the northern kingdom. They left out of there and go north. Go ahead, 28.
The book of First Kings, chapter 28, chapter 12 and verse 28. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold.
Now you're worshiping idols. Now you're back loving the so-called Edomites. Now you're back to loving all the nations who don't do nothing but what? Worship idols. So now you back worship idol worshiping. Go ahead.
And said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold, thy gods, O Israel.
Read that again. It's too much.
It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem.
Don't worry about it, y'all. Don't do what they doing no more. They done made me mad. It's too much for you. If it's too hard for y'all to get to Jerusalem, if it's too much that you got to go through to get to Jerusalem and do what the Most High God told you to do, so that means you don't trust in God no more. Read.
Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set one in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan.
So he done come up with a doctrine, and now he sent his doctrines over here and over there. That's against us now. He mad. I'm mad. Forget that. If I can't do it how I want to do, if I can't get my way, then guess what? I'm gonna go make me some idols and set them up over here, and we'll worship them. Damn y'all, we ain't gonna do what y'all God talking about. Because you forgot where you guys got your God from. And you forgot that your God told you he's a jealous God, and he don't like that. And he don't like that doctrine that you're teaching. He didn't make this for everybody. Everybody, put it this way. If all of them go to the kingdom, just they be slaves. If you wanted to say that, that's cool, because that's exactly what we saying. But Esau ain't gonna be no more. After he finished his slavery, he gone. Solomon. He gone. Read.
Verse 30. And this thing became a sin.
It became a
for
what?
And this thing became a sin.
And that's what you're doing. You're sinning now. Most High brought this truth to you for you to go backwards. Don't make no sense. Talking about the one West doctrine, nigga, you didn't even know you was an Israelite if it wasn't for the one West doctrine. Just like Jeroboam was saying. Makes no goddamn sense. I see a lot of people done left now, boy, when they hear the scriptures They want me to sit there and talk all day long. When I could talk all day long, that whole thing was up to 50, 60 people viewing at the same time. Now I'm talking to these, bringing these scriptures out. Now y'all don't want to listen. Boy, I tell you, y'all better start being careful in Israel these last days, boy. Spirit ain't all the way running around like it was, man. You starting to see people starting to fall off now, man. And I know Israel. Israel just loves drama. See, if I sit up here and talk all day, that numbers would have been going up over there. But since I'm going to the Bible, now they don't want to hear the Bible. They want to hear me talk, though. Read.
And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan.
Before the one he put in Bethel and the one he put in Dan. That's where the people started worshiping. They stopped worshiping the one and only, the Most High God, and started worshiping these idols. That's what he's doing now. He's got these people worshiping idols now, not the Most High God anymore. He went all the way backwards. Read.
Verse 31. And he made an house of Shalaki, and he made a house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people,
So read
which
that
were
again.
not Shalaki.
We'll start that and read that again.
Verse 31 from the top. And he made an house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people,
Read.
which were not of the sons of Levi.
And that's what you threw around you. Them men ain't in the truth. Them the ones that say yes, and then bring you the bad doctrine, and you put that bad doctrine out. That's what you like around you. Yes, men. Get rid of them Levites, because them Levites would have told you, but you're wrong. Just like you had a Levite telling you a couple of weeks ago that you're wrong. But you don't want to hear it, so now you surround yourself with Yochanan now. And then Mattathias is on the other side. Mattathias was just out the other day without no friend his own. Because them ain't no real, they ain't doing the Israelite stuff. They just faking the funk with this thing. Yochanan been in the NFL, he love them white men. He love them. So he got to bring them in. Or his white friends ain't going to like him no more. Read.
Verse 32. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month.
They start keeping these days all on the wrong day. That's how mad this Negro was. Go ahead.
On the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah.
Now he's just imitating God now. Got the rest of them imitating God now. It's like the one they do in Judah that's supposed to be done in the 7th month, but now I'm going to do it in the 8th month. Read.
And he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel.
In Bethel. That's the same two places, though, where he set up these old golden calves. That way, the one people in Dan don't got to go all the way across down south to Judah, which is a long way down. Now, you can do it right there. And the people in Bethel, who's at the border, they don't have to go into Jerusalem. They can do it right there until the northern side. And it's the same thing you doing with the what's name? You dividing the kingdom. Talking about you had that purpose to bring all of Israel together. The Most High said, that's a lie. I got a king that's going to do that, and you not it. But what you will do is divide my people. You will scatter my sheep because you are ordained to do so. And I'm going to bring that out. Read.
Sacrificing unto the calf that he had made.
That who made that? Go ahead. Read.
Sacrificing unto the calf that he had made.
No, the Most High God made. See, the Most High God didn't make that doctrine you got. That came straight from the devil. Go ahead.
And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made.
Read that again. Bethel.
And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made.
Which he had made. The priests of the high places which he had made. Negroes ain't no bishops, no captains, no none of that. They ain't to sit their butt back down. That's the same way he came with that bull crap. And then don't let me get a class on that one. Go ahead.
Verse 33. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month.
Now he just doing everything wrong. That's Bethel. You keep
Bethel.
saying Bethel.
Shalakia. But Bethel.
In the 15th day of the 8th month, not the 7th month, in the 8th month. Go ahead,
even in the month which he had devised of his own heart.
Of his own heart. See, you doing things of your own heart, not according to the Most High God. You doing things of your own heart. You doing just like Jeroboam, which split the kingdom, which was already prophesied anyway. But see, you got to understand this. We're going to read that after we finish this up. When you finish that, we'll go there. Go ahead.
And ordained a feast unto the children of Israel. And he offered upon the altar and burned incense.
Doing everything wrong. Let's go to Jude chapter 1. Jude chapter 1. And we're going to start at 4.
The book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares.
See, it's certain men crept in unawares. Certain men crept in unawares. Read.
Shalakia, give me 1 second. There's light going out. Shalakia, I'm going to start from the top. The book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 4. And there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to the condemnation.
To this condemnation. Of old.
To this condemnation.
You just like Jeroboam. There were certain men crept in unawares of old ordained. Ordained to do what? Read. Ordained
ungodly men. Shalakia.
Go ahead.
Ungodly men.
Ungodly men. Read.
Turning the grace of our God unto lasciviousness. And denying the only Lord God.
Because you ain't doing what God say. Read.
In our Lord Yahweh Christ.
And he was just that man. He didn't do no miracles. He was just like me. No, he wasn't like you. He was nothing like you. He wasn't nothing like us. He just showed that it can be done, man. You just went all across and went all the way backwards, man. And that was your first mistake. That's why the Most High gave you this reprobated mind, because this is who you were. First Maccabees 1:11. First Maccabees 1:11.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Go ahead.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
See, since we departed from these white men, these so-called Edomites, Now we got sorrow. So now you want to invite them back in because you need the rent paid and you need the light bills turned on and your congregation ain't been giving you as much as you wanted them to give you because now you got to pay for the land that you got down there. And now, hey, I got to turn back to the heathen. So there you are. Back going, oh, you come on in now? First it was drop dead. Now it's come on in. Crazy. Throw it off. Gone backwards, man. Gone somewhere else. I don't know where you're going to. Let's go to 3 John chapter 1. 3 John.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start at verse 4.
The book of 3 John, chapter 1 and verse 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth.
He said, the Most High said he ain't got no greater joy than his children walking in truth. He love it that we walking in this truth. He love it that we teaching this so-called One West doctrine. See, you didn't even have that. You was all on that. I don't even know when you changed. Who been talking to you? That No Swag Malone dude? Who? Joe Biden? Who? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's go over to that same thing. Go to 12. Go to verse 12.
The book of 3 John, chapter 1 and verse 12. Demetrius had good report of all men, and of the truth itself.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, and we also bear record, and ye know that our record is true.
That same truth that was taught to us before, we bear record of that, and you know it's true. You just mad all of a sudden because you didn't get your way. They ain't doing it the way you want to do it. So all of a sudden you mad. But we bear record. We know it's true. We've been living this life. We ain't turned around and went all the way backwards. We ain't do that. We stayed firm on what we was taught. And when it was taught to us by you, ain't that a shame? Ain't that a shame? Let's go to 1 John. Chapter 4 and verse 6.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 6. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us.
He said,
He that is
he that knoweth God hear us. That's why ain't nobody hearing you no more. Then he said the stupidest stuff. He sounded just like if I was ever teaching that y'all this and that, the One West doctrine, and I have a line. You was preaching that the line went down the street in the first place. Sounded stupid, man. That ugly laugh you got. I just couldn't even stand in class. Boy, you make that laugh. I used to laugh on the side every time you laugh like that. Because it was funny to me. Go ahead.
he that is not of God heareth not us.
And if you ain't hearing this, you're not of God. If you ain't hearing the One West doctrine, you're not of God. Because that thing you talking about been out. And they wasn't doing nothing for our people. So you want me to go backwards? Go ahead.
Hereby know we the spirit of truth.
See, we know the spirit of truth. You can't. We not them same ones that didn't know nothing no more when we was in the camp. We first was in OneBody. We not them same ones that didn't know precept upon precept, all of them like you did. But now we know what's the truth. You can't change our minds with that. You can change that congregation and have your sister on the side with that evil ass laugh of her. Did you let her go back and get her another? Remember, she dropped her white husband. Did you let her go back and marry another white man? Because apparently she ain't getting no black ones. It's gonna hit you. Gonna hit you. Better be glad I don't go all the way into that. Read.
And the spirit of error.
We know the spirit of error. We know the spirit of truth, and we know the spirit of error. We know when you going off. We know when you're telling the truth. But you think we dumb, and we can't discern nothing no more. Everybody in Israel is stupid or don't understand but you. Negro, you got to be out your rabbit ass mind. And I said it. Yeah, I said it. So let's go to stay in First John. Let's go to 2 and 21.
The book of First John, chapter 2 and verse 21. I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth.
I'm not bringing this out because you don't know the truth. I'm bringing this out because you know the truth. Read.
But because ye know it, and that no lie is of the truth.
So that bull crap you because you know the truth. Ain't no lie. Ain't no lie in this truth. What you were seeking for was the truth. You know it. But see, when you got a reprobated mind and start going and trying to do another thing, you trying to please somebody else other than the Most High God. You mad. You mad at Israel because you can't get your way. You can't be the Savior. You jealous, just like you jealous of Bishop Nathaniel, you jealous of Yahushua. You want him to be like you. You mad because he good and you not. He follow laws and you don't. He love his brothers and you hate them. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's throwed off and crazy. Did you finish that up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to Job chapter 15. And we're going to start at verse 10.
The book of Job, chapter 15 and verse 10. With us are both the gray-headed and very aged men, much elder than thy father.
See, we both gray-headed. We both old in the mud. I might be 3 days shy than Methuselah. You 4 days older than you. But at the same time, it's got to be a different. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Are the consolations of God small with thee?
Are they small with you? All of a sudden they got small. Go ahead.
Is there any secret thing with thee?
Is there something going on behind closed doors we don't know that got you like this? Is some secrets you hiding? Go ahead.
Verse 12. Why doth thy heart carry thee away?
Why your heart gone away, man? You holding something back? You been doing some stuff you ain't supposed to be doing? Why your heart carry you away? Why you going backwards? Go ahead.
And what do thy eyes wink at?
What you winking at? Not your wife no more? Read.
Verse 13. That thou turnest thy spirit against God.
What's going on with you, man, to make you turn your spirit against the Most High God? What you got going on, man? You better confess that thing, man. Tell somebody. Don't tell them wicked niggas next to you, though. Don't do that. Don't do that. They'll be like, you good, Yephtah. You all right. Say they don't want to correct you. They scared too. They'll give you some advice and you fall after them. Talking about you a leader. Nigga, you ain't no leader. Read.
And let us such words, Shalaki. And let us such words go out of thy mouth.
Yeah, that's all. And I want to read that. It said that thou turneth thy spirit against God and let us such words go out of your mouth. How dare you talk about all accounts, all the leaders? That just let me know all that time you was just jealous of all of them. I remember you talked about Zabak. Man, I love Zabak and his teachings. Alazar, you talked about Alazar. You talked about it to me. Yes, I went and told him. God dang it, man. You think I'm gonna be wicked because your ass wicked? I think not. I think not. Let's go and stay in Job. We're gonna go to 32 and 9. And if y'all don't know out there, this is Rebuke, and I'm just bringing this back up because of the brother at OneBody, which is Yephtah. What they call him Elder Yephtah now. When we first met him, he was just Yephtah. Now he done passed. He done went from Yephtah, Captain Yephtah. I don't know if you missed him at that time. Then he was Deacon Yephtah and Bishop Yephtah and Elder Yephtah. He just moving down the ranks, boy. I don't know how you get moved down the ranks, boy, without doing nothing. What did I tell you to go?
Job 32 and 9.
Uh-huh.
The book of Job, chapter 32 and verse 9. Great men are not always wise.
Those people that you see all on them TV screens, those ain't always the wise men. And guess what? Read.
Neither do the aged understand judgment.
And neither do some of these so-called elders understand the judgment by faking the phone. They don't understand it. Stay in Job. Let's go back to 12. Chapter 12. And we're going to start at 1.
The book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 1. And Job answered and said, no doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you.
And wisdom gonna die with you. Go ahead.
But I have understanding as well as you.
I have understanding as well as you. See, we not the ones that just got in the truth no more. We understand the scriptures now. We know how to precept our Bible now. I understand this Bible as well as you did. Read.
I am not inferior to you.
I am not inferior to you. We are not inferior to you. He moved up in rank without doing nothing. We are not inferior to you, brother. Read.
Yeah, who knoweth not such things as these, Shalaki? Who knoweth not such things as these?
Who know not such things as these? We know all this too. We know it too. Jump to verse 20.
The book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 20. He removeth away the speech of the trusty.
The Most High
And
moved
he
away the spirit of the one he trusted in. And what? And what did he do?
it taketh away the understanding of the age.
He took your understanding away. All of a sudden, you don't know, you don't understand the Bible no more. All of a sudden, you went all the way somewhere else. You got the wrong map. You put in the wrong address. You going down the wrong road. Let's go to Ezekiel, chapter 13. Chapter 13 and verse 2.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 13 and verse 2. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy.
And that's what we're doing. We're prophesying against the prophets that are prophesying. You. Go ahead.
And say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts.
Well, that's what
Hear
you're doing
ye.
now. You prophesying out of your own heart. Now, just sometimes the videos, it's a little hesitation. You probably, but just listen to me because I'm interrupting sometimes. But I'm just gonna get back to it. But at the same time, you prophesying out of your own heart because you ain't prophesying out of this Bible no more. Your classes ain't even. You just reading scriptures that don't go in there and then run your mouth about some bug crap that you done made up. Read.
Hear ye the word of the Lord.
Hear ye the word of the Lord. Read.
Thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets.
Destruction unto these foolish prophets. Read.
That their own spirit, that follow their own spirit.
They follow their own spirits. Because you ain't following the spirit of the Most High God no more. Most High God didn't rake you up in the one West doctrine, and then all of a sudden that ain't what it is. That don't even make no sense. I'm gonna wake him up with this, but this ain't what he needs. Read.
And have seen nothing.
And what? They follow their own spirit, and you ain't seen nothing. Most High ain't showing you nothing. Read.
O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes of the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have not gone.
No, hold on. Stay right there. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Ye have not gone up into the gates. Gaps. Shalaki. Verse 5 from the top. Ye have not gone up into the gaps.
Uh-huh.
Neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
You have not gone in the gaps. You ain't gone in the right place and gone out there and taught these people this truth no more. You stop. You ain't built no protection for these people to get into the kingdom. In fact, you just made a breach in the wall. This is the man that's in the truth, man, that's sabotaging Israel. This is what they call the mole. And if you look at him, he kind of look like a little black mole. That's what it go. Read.
Verse 6. They have seen vanity and lying divination.
That's what he's seen, vanity and lying divination. The things he's saying now, man, it's just vanity and number lies, man. It's OneBody brews that Captain McAbee used to study with. I'm kind of and don't want to assume what's going on. Yeah, Jose, it's I'm just he been doing these videos about the One West doctrine, and he did a little video about us. And now, like I said, I don't normally rebuke or respond to him, man, but I had to on this, man, because he came out and he got mad because somebody that came on his when we were doing class. I don't know if you remember, Jose. I'm sure you was there that day. But what happened was when he did the class, one of the dudes from OneBody had came on and said something smart. I responded to that, I guess, and I remember I said, "Run and tell that." He ran and told that. So then he did a class on about all the OneBody, One West doctrine. He did a class about all the other camps. He did a class talking about we shouldn't be having unity camps. We did a class all talking about we shouldn't be having the summits and all of these things because he's not there. And because he's not there, we shouldn't be doing it. And all those things that he was doing. Like that time when he went to Chicago, Alazar and all of them was up in Chicago, been up in there, whole lot of camp. They had a whole unity camp with them all up in Chicago, and they was all up there. Alazar, Gorilla Hebrew, who y'all probably know, man. Gorilla Hebrew had called him about it, told him about it. He didn't go. Then all of a sudden, he finally get on the plane, go to Chicago, didn't do a damn thing there, and then talking about that they all supposed to be up there when he come. Like, man, ain't nobody running around here following you around in this truth, man. We got work to do. If you don't want to follow where everybody else going and you just want to go there, he want to be his own thing. If you don't do it the way he want to do it, if he can't fit in the way he want to fit it in, if he ain't running, if he ain't the leader of everything, then he don't think that nobody should be doing it. So that's why I'm bringing this class up. Because he came and talked about not just me, not just the time we got 9 captains over there thinking that's funny. No, we got 4 captains, and guess what? We got a king over, because yes, Yahweh Shah is over our camp. We don't mind that. I know he's not over yours, because it ain't enough room for him and you at that camp. Because you elbowing him every time he try to stand up and be king. You turn around and taking the dang on crown off his head. Then you're wearing the crown backwards. Man, but that's why we doing this, Jose. I hope you're not confused now. But that's what's going on here. And we did come out of OneBody. And yes, Yephtah did teach us the One West doctrine. Now he's telling us the One West doctrine is totally gone. It's no good. That was terrible. Now he make it like everybody lying but him now. And I come to clear up the room, clear up the matter. What he's talking about when it comes to involving me, talking about what he know about now. I believe me. Please knock yourself out. Make all the videos you want. You can't say nothing about me that's gonna be bad. That's the truth. When I was in OneBody at all, but then all that bull crap that you had us do, and I loved it because we had a brotherhood. But I saw you going off. A lot of us saw you going off. Not just me. Jeroboam, Benaniah, Anab, Abir, Abijah, Nehemiah. We used to be Judah when we was there. All of the top captains, everything burnt out. Because all of them knew you wasn't no good. All of them seen it in you. It took some of them a little longer to see it in you, but it took some of us got it quicker than you did, than others. But they all wound up seeing it. And they all got the hell up out of it. I'm gone. I'm gone, nigga. And we was gone. But that's what this is, Jose. And that's why I'm doing this class. Where we at? Ezekiel what? Keep reading.
13 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, and verse 6 from the top. They have seen vanity and lying divination.
What's up, Rock?
Saying,
What's happening, man? Go ahead.
saying, the Lord said, and the Lord had not seen them.
The
Lord had not sent them.
Trying to tell y'all what the Most High God showing him. The Lord ain't sent him. I'm telling y'all. And go ahead, finish.
And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word.
And that's what they did. They made others hope that they confirmed not his word, but their word. Read.
Have ye not seen a vain vision?
Uh-huh.
And have ye not spoken a lying divination?
Divination. Go ahead.
Divination? So like,
Divination. You good. Go ahead.
whereas ye say, the Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken.
Most High said, you talking about what the Most High showed you in the mud. I said, man, I ain't telling you that. You better quit lying to them folks. Yeah, hey Phalo, that's exactly I saw that video with priest Alazar and Assad, and they give you some of this confirmation. What I'm saying, man, it ain't just me. Other people have witnessed this thing, man. A lot of people have witnessed this thing, man. I ain't getting on here. I don't like talking about. I don't like camps where they going against each other. But now, when you just one camp, you just gonna stay to the side and say everybody's teaching it wrong. But you, when you used to teach the same thing, that's the thing I got a problem with. Then, nigga, I know you. You talking about you know me? No, I know you. I'm trying my best not to tell them all the stuff about you, because it can get very terrible. But you can't do it. What's so bad about it? When I say it, it'll be true. And I got backups to go with it. You can't say anything bad about me or none of the other brothers that's there. Not Benaniah, not a Nah, not a Beer, not Captain Jeroboam, not Judah. None of them. You can't say nothing. Because you really didn't know us, period. But we do know you. And yeah, all right, and Ratazala, I talked to Ratazala about that. I talked to him about it. This ain't this, but then he gonna try to come with this. Man, that's crazy, man. It's a crazy thing, man. It's a trip to me. But the only thing I get comfortable because the Bible said, and like I said, I'm glad I went through it. I'm glad the Most High took us to this thing because we have to see it from all corners. Everything, when you go become an Israelite, everything ain't gonna be hunky-dory, nice and taste sweet. He said it's gonna be sweet and bitter. The more knowledge you gain, it's gonna bring you sorrow. And I'm glad he brought us through those things. So we can recognize them things when we see them when we out in Israel. See, some people haven't got that yet. I'm glad the Most High gave it to us. I thank the Most High for it. I think for the times he treated us good, I think for the times he treated us terrible at OneBody. I thank it because it make you grow. And I grew from that. And I grew. Go ahead, read. Let's go.
Verse 7 from the top. Have you not seen a vain vision?
Uh-huh.
And have ye not spoken a lying divination?
Uh-huh.
Whereas ye say, the Lord said it, albeit I have not spoken.
Most High didn't tell you to do that. Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because ye spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore
you just spoke words that means absolutely nothing. The stuff you're talking about means absolutely nothing. It's against the truth. Read. Go ahead.
Therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord God,
I am against you, said the Lord God. He against you. He against you. Because you ran his name down. When you started talking about Yahweh was your first mistake, and I'm going to keep saying that. It was your first mistake. So the Most High done punched you, took all that away. OneBody is obsolete now. Used to be up there. Used to be all over the internet. I can't find you. It's hard for me to find you. I don't get you don't come on my timeline. Even though I got nothing but Israelite stuff on it. You don't come on mine. Dexter, I understand be long suffering with him. I'm not here to knock him down. I'm here to bring his butt back. I hope he wake up. I don't have a problem with him. I'm not mad at him. Apparently he mad at me, but I gotta rebuke him. Otherwise, I wouldn't be showing him love. We done read them scriptures earlier. We're gonna get to some more later. Go ahead, Ark. Let me finish. Let me look at what's his name. He was talking about go ahead.
Verse 9.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And my hand shall be upon the prophet that see vanity.
Uh-huh.
And that divine lies.
Uh-huh.
They shall not be in the assembly of my people.
They should not be where?
They shall not be in the assembly of my people.
And the Most High said you shouldn't be in the assembly of his people. So it's probably good that you didn't go to that you wasn't at the summit. It's probably good that you not at a unity camp. Because it's got to be about you. It's got to be about you. And if it's not about you, then, hey, God said you shouldn't be at the assembly anyway. Yeah, let's go there too. I'm glad he pulled that one. That's what I wanted to look at. Go to Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 14, the one that Donovan had just pulled. And you're right, Ratazala. Self destruction, man. I hate to see it too, man. And to me, man, I'm not mad, man. I'm sad about the situation. I'm tripped out. I'm stunned when I see this brother doing this. And the more and more, it's like every week is something new and something terrible. It's not. I would love to hear great news coming out of OneBody. When we left, man, I was cool with Yephtah. I talked to Yephtah. Yephtah and them come by and camp, I give them doubt. But I don't know if I want to do that right now. Because well, we'll get to the scripture. Go ahead, Lamentations 2 and 14.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 2, and verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not discovered thy iniquity to turn away thy captivity.
He said, what? Read that again. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. That's what he's done. He's seen vain and foolish things for our people, man. He went against his truth. Go ahead.
And they have not discovered thine iniquity.
And see the people the people ain't discovered his iniquity, but they're gonna find out in a minute. You'll see. They'll be gone to read.
To turn away thy captivity.
They haven't, because you're not teaching them what they're supposed to be doing. So they still in captivity. They not set free. Read.
But have seen for thee false burdens. It causes
a banishment. Yeah. And that's exactly what's going on, man. They're gonna be they're gonna wonder why we can't do everybody against us, cause you went against everybody. with your vain philosophy, not of the Most High, of you. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 11.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 11. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion.
Strong delusions, man. His brother on the strong delusion. Go ahead.
That they should believe a lie.
Now the whole congregation under the strong delusion. Now they believe in the lies that the brother putting out, man. Some of the brothers over there, still over there, that was taught the total opposite. I don't know how they take it. If he was teaching you one thing for this long of years, then all of a sudden now he's teaching this, which is against everything he taught you in these years, and you still staying there. I don't get it. I don't get that one. I don't get it. But I do get it because read that again.
Verse 11 from the top. For this cause, God shall send them strong delusion.
The Most High sent them strong delusions. Go ahead.
That they should believe a lie.
Somebody got to follow them. Somebody got to follow the fake prophets, or then the scriptures wouldn't be real. Yeah, read the 12. I'm glad Dexter was telling me that. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and read the 12.
Verse 12. That they all might believe, Shalaki, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Because that's what's going to happen, man. You'll be damned, man, because you don't believe this truth no more. Edomites can be saved. Edomites can come into the congregation. You got to be out your mind. As soon as the FBI start doing that investigation, y'all gonna be one of the first one to go down. Because you got the damn government right there in your congregation. So you can't never tell the truth no more. You can't bring out the scriptures on these Edomites no more. You can't do it. You can't tell them no more they're going into captivity. You can't tell them no more they getting wiped off the planet. That means you can't tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. You can't do it no more. You gave that up. You gave it up. When you took the power from Yahweh, you finna reap them benefits, man. You finna reap what you sowed. He didn't perform, you tell me he didn't perform no miracles. He was just like us. He didn't have no power. Nigga, you out your mind? Yes, y'all, if y'all didn't know, he did videos saying this. Speaking against Yahweh, the king. The king. The Son of God who sits on the right hand. Nah, he didn't do no miracle. Talking about we done made him like with all of them seen it. Just because you can't do it, you mad that he did it. That they said he did it because you can't do it. Because you can't heal nobody. Well, guess what? We do, he said greater things we should be doing. And guess what? Greater things are. We ate them dry bones, flesh going back on. People who didn't even know who they were, who have no clue who they are. See, Yahweh didn't have to teach the people who they were. They knew who they were. We got to go out there and convince the people that they niggas, the ones that call themselves niggas, black, African American, Hispanic, Latino, and all this. Hey, that's not what y'all are. And get rebuked and people coming back at us for trying to tell them y'all the greatest thing on the planet. No, we not, nigga. Going at us. That's why he was talking about you're gonna have to do greater miracles. You're gonna do greater miracles than me, because he didn't perform that act. Because he didn't have to, wasn't that time. Most High hadn't taken that away. But he did with us. That's why he said the angels rejoice when one person comes to the truth. One person just believing, dang, I am Israel. Oh man, I need to get to doing these laws. Yeah, you're right, Jose. That's exactly what he said. The man that got his 30 pieces of silver, man, he gone. He gone. Did you finish that? Yeah, you finished that. Let's go. Where we at? Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Have we went there? I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 10. And we're going to start at verse 12.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious.
The words of a wise man's mouth, they give you brain. They bring you back to life. They show you Israelites who you really are. They show you you're the greatest people. You don't got to be looked at as being on the bottom no more. You don't got to look at your enemy is enjoying everything and you don't get nothing. But the Most High God said you better than that. But God, he said we all equal. Come on in. I don't want my enemy next to me. You keep it next to you. Read.
But the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
It will do what?
But the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
And his mouth gonna wind up swallowing him up. You're gonna swallow yourself up. Then you're gonna blame God for that. Because you don't want to take accountability. You're scared of accountability. You like the modern woman now. I'm scared of accountability. I don't want no accountability. Accountability, what's that? Kryptonite. But you're going to take accountability whether you like it or not. Read.
Verse 13. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness. And the end of his talk is mischievous madness.
Madness. He gone mad, man. Deuteronomy 28 and 28. He's gone mad. Because of his mouth. Can't shut his mouth. He can't keep to the order that he was given. So he's gone mad. He's gone to madness. Read 14.
Verse 14. A fool also is full of words.
A fool also is full of words. Let's go watch the videos of his. Don't subscribe and like, but watch the video. Read.
A man cannot tell what shall be. And what shall be after him? Who can tell him?
Who can talk to this man? He prophesying lies, telling lies, doing all. Who can tell him something? You can't tell him nothing. Same way we was when we was there. You can't tell him nothing. He don't want nobody to tell him nothing. He want a yes man. If you ain't a yes man, it's time to get rid of you. I remember when Brother Moses was sitting up there in Llewellyn Precept. He told us on the side, sitting down. Moses ain't spoke since then. Moses done got demoted all the way to the bottom. He been there longer than, boy, I try to tell you, man. Man, I tell you, man, it's a crazy thing, man. I think the most I had to go through those things. Let's go to First Peter chapter 4.
Hey, Shalaki, Cap, let me go get this charger real quick for this phone, man.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll read what you're done. Let's go to First Peter chapter 4. And let's go to First Peter chapter 4 and verse 13. The book of First Peter chapter 4, verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. We need to rejoice that we have got this truth. We don't have to worry about what's going on out there. We just rejoice that the Most High got us in this truth. Verse 13. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of. Sorry, I wanted to start at 12. No, I wanted to start at 12 is where I want to start. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, and though some strange things happen unto you. Hey, things gonna happen to us, man. People gonna talk about us. People gonna go come in the truth. People gonna go out of the truth. Hey, strange things gonna happen. Don't trip on them. That should give you a sign that you're in the truth. But rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye. Man, if they talk about you, happy are ye. I'm good. Because I know now this is the line that the Most High God got us on. People gonna talk about you whether you in the truth, out of the truth. But when you in the truth, they talking about you with lies and stupid stuff, just mad at you for nothing. Because you can do some of the things they don't want to do. Because you can keep God's laws. We can't keep God's laws. How? Why are we doing it? Then they mad at you. You can't love your black brothers. Why not? We doing it. They mad because of that. So be happy. Be happy. He said, if you be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye. For the spirit of the glory of the God rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of. But on your part, he is glorified. On their part, he be evil spoken of. On your part, hey, he is glorified. See, we glorify Yahweh. We don't take away from him. We know. We know, and we can prove it with scripture. He literally did miracles. We know that. But on his side, hey, we glorify him. I don't know what you call that over there. I don't know what you call that. Y'all shouldn't even call it. That's what y'all, you one body. You just one body by yourself. Because you're not one body in Christ or in Yahweh. You're not one body there. Y'all should just change the name. One body by ourselves. Verse 15. But let none of your suffering as a.
I got you. I'm back.
15.
The book of First Peter chapter 4 verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
As a what?
As a murderer.
And you don't gotta run out there and pull out no weapon or pull out nothing to kill nobody with. Not when it comes to this truth. When you hating on your brother is murder. Read.
Or as a thief. Or as an evildoer. or as a busy body
Uh-huh.
in other man's matter.
And that's what he be doing. You murder, you hating. Then you're a busybody. How you know who talking to who? On your video. They ain't even calling each other. They calling each other. You mad because they ain't calling you. When have you picked up the phone and called them? See, it's all about you. You done took Christ out the picture. Now it's about you. You lying. You don't know what these people doing. I seen you. Tell me, like I don't know what a woman is no more. I know transvestites, but you can't tell me all these Denzel, that's a woman. The Rock, he a woman. Ice-T, he a woman. Man. Go ahead. Verse 16.
Verse 16. If any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed.
If any man suffer keeping God's laws, let him not be ashamed. Keeping God's laws and believing in Yahweh. Let him not be ashamed. Go ahead.
But let him glorify God on this behalf.
Let him glorify God on this behalf. Go ahead.
For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
It's got to start here in Israel. Because it's got to get all this wickedness up out of us, man. Got to. And he said it's got to start here. There's no ifs, and buts about it. Go ahead and finish that out.
And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God?
And what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? That pit. Let's go to 1 John chapter 3, verse 15. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of scriptures. I'm gonna give y'all just a couple more. And I got a little more, but I know we've been on there 2.5 hours. But I'm gonna go ahead and get in there. That's 1 John. He wrote it down. Melodic Tunes wrote it down. I like it when the brother put the scriptures in the thing. That's cool. I like that. Go ahead.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 15. Whoso hated his brother is a murderer.
Is a what?
Is a murderer.
Is a murderer. You don't have to pull out no gun and shoot your brother to be called a murderer. You don't have to go and stab him, strangle him, or do all these other stuff, poison him, and all these things. You don't have to do that to be a murderer. Just hating your brother, like the hate I've been seeing coming out of that man's mouth is amazing. That is a murderer. What's so bad about it? He's the worst murderer. He look worse than somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer. Read.
And ye know that no murderer had eternal life abiding in him.
No, and you don't have eternal life, man. If you don't continue hating your brothers like that, man, if you don't repent and come back to these real truth of the Most High God, man, hey, it ain't gonna be good for you. It's not going to be good for you. Let's go to Sirach chapter 33. And 4.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 4. Prepare what to say, and so thou shalt be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make an answer.
See, that's a lot of time, man. You gotta look. Sometimes you just gotta listen to what people be saying. Prepare what you're gonna say, then speak. But apparently, this brother just speaking. He lying on people. He don't know what's going on with people, but he's saying this about that person. How you know you not there? Read.
The heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel,
The heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel. Go ahead.
and his thoughts are like a rolling axle tree.
Uh-huh.
A stalling horse is
Stallion.
Shalaki. A stallion horse is as a mocking friend.
Uh-huh.
He neighed un, under everyone that sitteth upon him.
And that's that. he laugh at you every time somebody getting on you. He's actually talking about you. That lady was fat. His teeth were bigger than mine. But they take you for a ride, man. Then as soon as you get off, they talking about you. And that's what happens when we got these people in the truth, man. We got people in the truth that just like what the Bible explained them to be. Let's go to Psalms 133. I'm gonna start closing this out. I'm about to get y'all out of here. I know I had to tell y'all that all that stuff at the beginning first. They had to go through a whole story, but I had to just man. After this, man, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let that man make me just have my mind thinking about something he's saying. Psalms 133 and 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Man, read that again.
Verse 1 from the top. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
How good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. Man, why is that a problem for us to have a unity camp? When we dwell together in unity. It's in here. How good and how pleasant that is. Man, and we go to camp, we've been doing unity camps with Sakari for a minute. We ain't never had no discord. Who run this stuff out? Who want to teach first? Go ahead, knock yourself out. Ain't no arguments about none of that stuff. We have a great time. Even though some of our parts of our doctrine is totally different. We love to do it with these brothers. But you talking about that's wrong. That's wrong. My goodness. Read.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head
Uh-huh.
that ran down upon the beard,
Uh-huh.
even Aaron's beard,
Uh-huh.
that went down to the skirts of his garments,
Uh-huh.
as the dew of Hermon, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion.
Uh-huh.
For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
And that's why we love it and we're going to continue to do it no matter how much you hate on it. No matter how mad you get, we're going to continue doing unity camp. We done did unity camps with a lot of sons of Jacob, brothers out of Arlington, brothers out of Fort Worth, WFI out of Houston. Done been to Arkansas, did camp with brothers we didn't even know. They didn't have no camp name. We did a unity with them though. And now you telling us that's wrong. but it's good to us. It's a great thing for us to come together. I don't know what you got a problem with. We're just going by what the Bible tells us to do. Squash what Yephtah talking about. The Bible tells us, hey, it's a great thing. Let us enjoy our goodness. You mad about that too? You mad to see us good together? Well, I tell you, you mad all the way around, man. You need to shake that spirit, man. Let's go to James chapter 1. James chapter 1. I got 3. I'm gonna give y'all 2 more. These 3 scriptures, then I'm gonna give you the law. James chapter 1, and we're gonna start at verse 6.
The book of St. James, chapter 1 and verse 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
Go ahead.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind, and tossed.
He that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven in the wind and tossed. Go ahead.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
Man, don't let that man think that he's gonna receive anything of the Lord. That's why you gotta rebuke him and stop him from doing that, because it's gonna, man, you're not gonna get nothing from the Most High. Go ahead.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can't be for the one-way doctrine that woke you up and brought you and even made you even believe that you was an Israelite, then go against it. That's double-minded. You unstable. So that's why you out here saying any and everything that you saying that you know is wrong. And trying to make them people believe it, man. You try boy, I know how you do your classes. I was in the classes. You made me believe a lie. And I believed it. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 37. Start at chapter 2, verse 2.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 2. Is it not a grief unto death when a companion and a friend is turned to an enemy?
Is it not a grief unto death when a companion and a friend turn to your enemy? Because he was a companion and a friend, man. Now he's my enemy because we telling him the truth, or because we still in the truth. Read.
Oh, wicked imagination.
Your wicked ass imagination. Go ahead.
Whence camest thou into cover the earth with deceit?
Now you coming out with this deceit, man. What happened with you, man? Go ahead.
There is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend.
See, he'll tell you, hey, man, I'm glad that happened to you. Read.
But in a time of trouble will be against him.
Yeah, he gonna come against you. Soon as he think you're doing bad, he'll against you. Yep, you're right. Soon as he see you doing bad, he'll against you. Let's go to Proverbs 29. This is my last one, and then we're gonna get the law. Proverbs 29 and 12. Some of y'all should already be knowing that. You should be able to quote that like they quote John 3:16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 12. If a ruler hearken to lies,
if a ruler Go ahead, hearken the lies. If the leader hearken the lies, guess what?
All his servants are wicked.
All the people that's under wicked. And I can call them out. But I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. If a ruler hearken the lies, all the servants wicked. He can't do nothing but pass it down. Read.
The poor and the deceitful man meet together,
Uh-huh.
and the Lord lighteneth both of their eyes.
The poor and the deceitful man, they come together, and God liked both of them eyes. Read.
The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever.
And when you're sitting in that spot where you got to do judgment, you should faithfully judge. Judge righteously, not judging according to the way you think or according to the way you want to believe, but Georgia cut into the Bible. Read.
Verse 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom,
Uh-huh.
but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to a shame.
He said the rod and the reproof give wisdom. That's what we're trying to give you right now, brother. I'm trying to give you this rod and this Bible and get to so you can get wisdom. And then, like he said, but when you want to be by yourself, you want to be a one body, not one body in Christ, but a one body. And if a child like that, you'll bring your mother to shame, and you're bringing this truth to shame, with your lip popped all out. Breathing snot coming out your nose, y'all in the corner mad, and then all the kids out in the playground, and ain't nobody looking back at you because you got your lip out, the snot coming out your nose. We finna play, nigga. It's recess. Bye. You over in the corner. Double tapping your crowd. Double tapping your crowd. Read.
Verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth,
Uh-huh.
but the righteous shall see their fall.
But the righteous gonna see you fall. We see the wickedness that's going on, man. And the people who stand in this truth, they gonna see you fall. And we seeing it. We seeing it. Verse 17.
17. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest.
Uh-huh.
Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul.
See, when we got corrected, we got corrected and got back on track. And I'm hoping that is what you're doing and your whole congregation. I pray for your whole congregation. I pray for the people of OneBody. I pray for you, Yephtah. And I'm hoping that you come back to this truth, man. I'm not mad at you. But, man, don't do that, man. Don't get the whole nation of Israel going against you because you want to be wicked. And then you want to get on video and everybody's seeing you. Everybody, even the wicked people seeing you do this flip-flop. You need more people in your congregation. You should have kept doing what the Most High God was doing. But it's because of you, the Most High God knocked you off your pedestal. And I'm going to get this law. That was my last precept for the night. I'm just going to, hey, after this, man, I hope the brother I don't ring out, because you know what, if you say something, I don't care. I'm just getting this out. Hey, and I'm done. I'm done with it. So, only thing I hope that he come back to this truth and come back doing what this Bible tells us to do. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 16. And I hope y'all got a little understanding. Man, I'm not doing this because I'm mad. I hate the brother. I have to do this, man, because he been saying stuff, and I never said nothing to him. I never said nothing about it. In fact, when I was going to go against him before, I said, forget it. But after a while, man, he said, this mouth must be stopped. This matter, you gotta get this stuff going out. We're trying to get this thing right in Israel, and he's trying to take it somewhere else. Leviticus chapter 19. Every class, we always tell y'all to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And when we ask y'all that, ain't no reason giving you and tell y'all we don't teach them to y'all. So after all of our classes, we like to give y'all a law, statute, or a commandment that God got given us, so you can learn as we go along through every scripture or every class that we bring out. So let's get this is one. Sometimes we use the same ones over because sometimes it goes back to some of the issues that we have in order on the topic of the class. So I think we brought this out before, but I'm bringing this out together because with what I just brought out, and that's Leviticus chapter 19, 16. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Don't go back up and down as a talebearer among our people. That's what you're doing. You're a talebearer, man. Just run around there mumbling about people, about everything that you don't even have no clue about what's going on. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
Read that again.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
Read the next one.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
That's why I gotta rebuke you, man. I got to. It's the law. Read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
So you'll come out of that sin that you're doing. We read that through the whole scriptures. That's called sin. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Who you mad at? You need to stop it. I don't know what you got going through, just like we read through these scriptures. I don't know what you got going on, man. I don't know if it's some secret you're holding on to that got you thrown off like that. But you need to let that go. Read.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
I am the Lord. And on that note, I hope y'all have a great night. I hope y'all had this burnt toast Tuesday. After that, like I said, we done scratched off that burnt toast, man. I just want to give y'all that good piece of toast that y'all can have, and I hope y'all go to sleep well on this toast, man. Hey, we got the Feast of Tabernacles coming up. That'll be starting on the 30th. We'll have a whole convocation on that day. We ain't gonna make it to camp though until the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we'll be out there 4 days at the campsite on this October 6th, 7th, and 8th. But right now, man, I hope y'all having a good time. Make sure if y'all call in, if y'all wanted to join us, man, get the numbers on the bottom of the YouTube screen, holler and get in touch with us, man. So hey, man, I would love for all y'all to come down and we have a great time down at Tabernacles, man. We have fun, man. Hey, you get your volleyball skills on, get your little what's that little bag thing we be doing? The white boy thing. Well, we tossing them bags in that little hole. Cornhole. Yeah, cornhole. Hey, we got all that going on, man. Hey. Might have some old 3-legged racing going on this year, man. That'd probably be a good one. I just thought about it. I ain't gonna be able to go because I can't run. But at the same time, man, hey, y'all wanna have a good time, man. We have nice food, nice things, everybody chilling, people from all over coming down. Hey, look, man, let's just come together, man, as a nation. I don't care who you go kick. We just go kick it out. And on that note, I'm gonna say shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.